Super Crooks stars the voice talents of Jonah Scott, Kenjiro Suda, Maya Sakamoto, and a slew of others. And it tells the story of Johnny Bolt, who recruits a group of ragtag supervillains for one last heist. Their target? A ruthless, superpowered crime boss's casino. What can go wrong? So a bit ways back, we were told that Mark Millar had made a deal with Netflix. And of course, for those who may not know, Mark Millar is the mind behind Kick-Ass, The Kingsman. I think he actually did Marvel Civil War run, the comic books, not the movie, of course, and a lot of other stuff. And we heard that he had made a deal with Netflix to bring some of his stories to the screen, which is awesome if you're a Mark Millar fan. And that first outing was Jupiter's Legacy. Now, for those of you who are saying, what? Who? Yeah, Jupiter's Legacy was not the hit that we probably thought it was going to be. I think a lot of us thought we were going to get something along the lines of Amazon's The Boys or something like that. And sadly, Jupiter's Legacy just did not have what it took to really pull the numbers in, so Netflix canceled it after one season. If you're wondering, I started watching it. I watched up to, I think I got up to episode 4 or 5, maybe 4, and then I'll be honest with you guys, it did not hold my interest, and I kind of stopped, ended up watching something else and totally forgot about it. So if I am an example of what happened to the audience with Jupiter's Legacy, I think I pretty much know why it got cancelled. Although I do know some people who really liked it. That said, now we have Super Crooks. And if you're wondering what one has to do with the other, besides the fact that Millar is the creator for both, Super Crooks actually exist in the universe of Jupiter's Legacy. And whereas that series followed the origins of those heroes and the Union of Justice, as they call themselves, here we have the Crooks, or the villains that exist in that world. So this is a cool take on it. This is basically what they did with Gotham in a really weird and they took a very long, wide road. They did what they wanted with those villains in Gotham, but you get my meaning. It's that kind of thing where the focus is not so much on the heroes. And here we have Super Crooks. It's animated. It's done in a style that is very reminiscent of like Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo. And there's a reason for that, because the same mind behind that actually did the script, which is Dai Soto. He did the music and the screenplay, and you can see those elements, and they work really well. Because one of the best aspects of this is the animation style. I think it fits so well with the fact that this is basically a heist story, so it's like those old 60s 70s heist movies. It even made me think of like Ocean's 11 while I was watching it. And the dress code of the characters, it has this great almost, you can't place the timeline of it, because we see cars and stuff that are more modern, and yet at the same time the dress code is a bit bell bottom, and those jackets with the big the big labels, or we call it lapels, so yeah, everything about it fits into its own nice little world where you can't really pin down exactly where it is, or when it is, I should say, and I really like that. The voice cast here, it's not people that I'm really familiar with, but I know they've done a lot of work in anime in the past, and they do a great job of bringing these characters to life, and the characters themselves, like Johnny Bolt, his girlfriend, who she actually has the ability to control people's minds and make them see illusions and that sort of thing. The power base here is something that I really got into with the villains, because it wasn't just your normal, this villain is super strong, or this villain is super fast, or stuff like that. These guys had some seriously strange powers, some of them. And like, for instance, the main super villain here is known as the Bastard. And not only is he absolutely ruthless, like puts Lex Luthor to shame in that category, his power, his ability, it's honestly, it's terrifying. It really is terrifying. And I've never seen anything like that before. So the fact that I was seeing stuff that felt original, I got into that. I really enjoyed that. Um, like I said here, the artwork, the animation style, if you like Cowboy Bebop, if you like Samurai Champloo, I think you're really gonna like it here. The soundtrack as well, you know, everything has this easy, breezy, relaxed way. This is one of those series that I think if you have a friend who's never seen anime, this is a good series to introduce them to the art form, you know, because there's nothing here that's difficult to get into. It's nothing here that's so jarring that it'll be like, oh my god, what the hell is that, you know. No, this is what I would call an easy breezy anime. You can just sit back and relax it and enjoy it, and the ending was phenomenal. And the coolest aspect of this being that Super Crooks is actually, this is going to be the predecessor to the live action version that is also coming to Netflix. And I'm surprised, you know. I'm not, it's not that we haven't seen stuff like this before, you know. Even Matrix had its own, they had the Animatrix, which expanded on that universe. But Super Crooks, I think it's so well done. Putting it into live action might actually stunt it a bit, you know, because is what you can do in an animated world just doesn't translate to live action. So I'm very curious to see what the live action version of this looks like. But this, from those opening credits that make you want to get up and dance right up to the end, at the last episode, that I thought was a fantastic conclusion, so strong. And oh, I would give this series overall a 7.5 out of 10. I had a blast with it. I really did. And you know what's another thing about it I like, and it's not something that I say about a lot of anime that I watch, it's that I feel Super Crooks is something that I could easily rewatch again, you know, without feeling like, oh, okay, let's fast forward through these bits and that sort of thing. It's not perfect, guys, you know. Like I said, it is derivative of stuff like Cowboy Bebop, but at the same time, the characters are likable and they're interesting. The world itself, watching everything from the villain's side of things and seeing the more human aspect of a villain, you know, that's not something we usually get to see. And how that hierarchy works there as well, you know. And the heroes, the way they are painted here, it's a little bit like Amazon's The Boys, you know. Not that every hero is an ass, but you know, we get some of that here. And of course, this is adult content, guys. This is not meant for you to watch with kids. It is definitely Mark Millar's world, so there's blood, there's guts, there's gore. Think Kick-Ass, you know. If you've seen Kick-Ass, you know that's not something that you're going to show to a kid. So it's the same thing here. But overall, I think Super Crooks is a win. I think it's one of the best animes I've seen for the year, and I've seen a few this year. I would rate this one in my top 10, and I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. And that's it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit that thumbs up button. It's always appreciated. If you're new and you'd like to subscribe to my channel, you can feel free to click on my face when it pops up right about there, and you can check out past content if you've got the time. So until the next one, guys, bye bye.